The greatest reason talent doesn't grow isn't a lack of talent at all. It's the invisible brake we place on our own hearts, and I want to say that loud and clear right from the beginning. No matter how gifted you are, you cannot move forward while pressing that brake. Sometimes it isn't courage that moves us, but the quiet willingness to release what's holding us back. Miracles don't begin with big leaps, they begin with small releases. Throughout my life, I've walked between light and shadow. On stage, the spotlight wrapped around me, and the audience shimmered like a sky full of living stars. But no matter how bright that light was, there was always a silent wall inside me, a cold and transparent one. Everyone has it. A wall we build without noticing. A wall that gently pushes talent backward. Many people stop growing, not because they can't grow, but because they can't see the wall they've created. The wall that stops your growth doesn't look dramatic. It isn't jealousy or anger or laziness. It's quieter, softer. It appears beside you as if it were a polite companion whispering, "Be careful, stay safe, don't get laughed at." Its voice sounds kind, but it holds your ankles whenever you try to step forward. Safety can become a cage. Remember that. I understood this deeply for the first time when I was still a teenager. One night, in a dim studio hallway, I sat alone on the floor with my knees pulled close. The light was thin, stretching across the wall like tired moonlight, and from the far room, I could hear a low bass vibrating through the air. My songwriting wasn't working. My choreography felt wrong. My voice and my spirit felt tight and unsteady. "Can I really do this?" I whispered into the hallway. In that empty studio, it wasn't a lack of talent stopping me. It was fear wearing a gentle mask. Then, through the cracked door, a rhythm slipped out. A living beat that brushed the center of my chest. At that moment, I stood up. I didn't have a reason, not a logical one. I simply felt that if I stayed sitting, the music would run away from me. What made me rise was not confidence. It wasn't bravery. It was a small signal inside me. A voice saying, "Move," just one quiet word. That night taught me something. Talent grows not because of talent, but because of the simple fact that you moved. A single step can wake a silent future. People often say, "I can't challenge myself because I lack confidence." But the truth is the opposite. You lack confidence because you haven't challenged yourself yet. Confidence is a byproduct of movement. It settles on your shoulders only when you walk. If you stand still, nothing gathers. Confidence follows from behind. Always remember that. There's another truth. Many people who feel their talent isn't growing are measuring it with someone else's ruler, someone else's applause, someone else's approval, someone else's speed. These things are tempting, sweet even, but if you rely on them too long, your talent begins to reshape itself to fit their expectations. Your inner rhythm becomes distorted, and your path begins to wobble to the tempo of strangers. You can't dance to someone else's rhythm. That is a truth I learned slowly and painfully. I've stood on stages around the world, but the size of the audience never made me grow. What made me grow were the hours no one saw. The empty rehearsal rooms, the slick floors wet with sweat, the echo of my footsteps before sunrise, the loneliness of repeating a failed move again and again. Growth hides in the unseen places. The same is true for you. Your richest seeds grow in the hours when no one is watching. So, if you feel your talent isn't growing right now, it isn't because your talent is asleep. It's because you haven't given yourself permission. Ask your heart, what do I truly want? People tend to speak small desires, but talent hides in the larger ones. If you hide your desires, your talent will hide with them. Desire is a compass. There are countless beautiful talents in this world that never bloom, but yours doesn't have to be one of them. The power to break your wall is already within you. It doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. A half step forward, just a little more than yesterday, is enough. I've always believed this. Small steps change destinies. That half step might be the moment your talent finally breathes. The fear and doubt you feel today don't mean you're weak. They mean you're alive. They mean you're trying. When someone tries to live with sincerity, their heart trembles. Trembling isn't fear. Trembling is your signal that something new is beginning. In that trembling, a new rhythm appears. So don't be afraid. Your talent won't run away. It's waiting, quietly, for you to move. When you take your step, it will follow you like a loyal shadow. Just like the night I chased the music down a studio hallway, your own moment will come. A moment when your heart says, now. That is magic. Real magic. Let's go beyond the wall. In your rhythm. In your breath. In the voice of your own soul. The future stands like a stage, listening for your footsteps. When you release the brake of fear, the world begins to dance to your beat. And if I may give you one line to carry in your pocket, hold on to the reasons to move, not the reasons to stop. And remember, your talent begins to shine the moment you move. The greatest reason talent doesn't grow isn't a lack of talent at all. It's the invisible brake we place on our own hearts, and I want to say that loud and clear right from the beginning. No matter how gifted you are, you cannot move forward while pressing that brake. Sometimes it isn't courage that moves us, but the quiet willingness to release what's holding us back. Miracles don't begin with big leaps, they begin with small releases.